666 and the One World Religion. The Bible warns the church that during the Great Tribulation a false prophet will require that everybody takes a mark which signifies their allegiance to the Antichrist. The book of Revelation explains that the mark holds a mystery that requires us to have wisdom to understand it. Revelation 13:16 He causes all, the small and the great, the rich and the poor, and the free and the slave, to be given marks on their right hands, or on their foreheads. Revelation 13:17 And that no one would be able to buy or to sell, unless he has that mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of his name. Rev 13:18 Here is wisdom. He who is understanding, let him calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. The Star of David is on the flag of Israel, however, there is no evidence that the star was ever used by King David. It has been historically used in various religious and cultural contexts and as decorative motifs. The symbol was used as a decorative motif in medieval Christian churches and Jewish synagogues. The hexagram is thought to have originated in Buddhism and was also used by Hindus. The six-pointed star, hexagram, is an ancient symbol that can be found all over the world. It was also the symbol of Moloch and Ashtoreth. The hexagram can be traced back to King Solomon as the Seal of Solomon. King Solomon was promised by God that his kingdom would be established forever if he followed God's commandments. 1 Chronicles 28:5 And of all my sons, for the Lord hath given me many sons, he hath chosen Solomon my son to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel. 1 Chronicles 28:6 And he said unto me, Solomon thy son, he shall build my house and my courts, for I have chosen him to be my son, and I will be his father. 1 Chronicles 28:7 Moreover I will establish his kingdom forever, if he be constant to do my commandments and my judgments, as at this day. However, according to the Bible, Solomon became an apostate after he married Pharaoh's daughter. Israelites were forbidden to marry foreign wives because of the danger of idolatry. Exo 34:15 Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a-whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of it a sacrifice. Exo 34:16 And thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a-whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a-whoring after their gods. At the end of his life Solomon loved many foreign women, he was a type of the Antichrist. 1 Kings 11:1 But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites. 1 Kings 11:2 Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. 1 Kings 11:3 And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. 1 Kings 11:4 For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as was the heart of David his father. 1 Kings 11:5 For Solomon went after Ashtoreth the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom the abomination of the Ammonites. 1 Kings 11:6 And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father. 1 Kings 11:7 Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Moloch, the abomination of the children of Ammon. The worship of the foreign gods Astarte, Milcom, Chemosh, Baal, and Moloch, Saturn, involved sexual orgies and human sacrifice. The result was that the Lord was angry with Solomon and removed 10 of the tribes of Israel from the rule of Solomon's descendants. The number 666 is associated with Solomon in 1 Kings 10:14 and 2 Chronicles 9:13, which state that the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold, the number of the beast in Revelation 13. It was used by Muslims as a mystic symbol in the medieval period, known as the Seal of Solomon, depicted as either a hexagram or pentagram. According to Imam Jafar al-Sadiq, Allah had placed Solomon's power and authority in his ring. Whenever he put it on, the jinns, the humans, the demons, the birds, and all animals would be under his power and would obey him. The Israelites worshipped a star god, which was one of the reasons God removed them to Babylon. Acts 7:43 Yea, ye took up the tabernacle of Moloch, and the star of your god Remphan, figures which ye made to worship them, and I will carry you away beyond Babylon. Remphan is another name for Moloch or Baal. It is also a name for Kian, the planet Saturn. Amos 5:26 But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch and Kian your images, the star of your God, which ye made to yourselves. The number 6 is associated with Saturn. In Latin it is Saturnus, the Roman god of the harvest, Saturday, Saturn Day. Saturn is the 6th planet in our solar system. Nimrod, the first Antichrist, was deified as Saturn. Moloch was the Canaanite version of the Egyptian god Set, Satan, the god of destruction who was worshipped as the god Saturn by the Roman military. In the Kabbalah, Saturn is the horned god, Baphomet. The hexagram is used in witchcraft and in Satanism to summon spirits. The Middle High German root of hex is hexa, meaning witch. The word hex, which means applying a symbol to something or someone, was considered an act to curse the carrier. Anybody who carries such a symbol would be cursed going forward. In this context, anybody carrying the Star of Remphan would be considered cursed and a channel for demonic spirit and energy. Some other sects go a step further, by drawing an eye in the middle of the hexagram, which gives off the appearance of a watching evil eye. It is a symbol of man as God, as one triangle points upwards and the other points down. As above so below is the last statement used in conjunction with the hexagram in Wiccan invocations to facilitate the change of events from the upper world to the lower world. In Satanism it combines the male, upward pointing triangle, and the female, downward pointing triangle. Occultists call the 6-pointed star the talisman of Saturn and also the seal of Solomon. Madame Blavatsky, who was a self-proclaimed Luciferian and the mother of the New Age movement, incorporated the hexagram in the emblem of the Theosophical Society. The hexagram is widely associated with the occult, and is considered the most powerful of Satan's symbols, containing 666. Aleister Crowley adapted the hexagram to create the unicursal hexagram, the main symbol of the Thelema mystical cosmology. He used this symbol in his ritual of the beast. The Seal of Solomon is the symbol of Solomon's apostasy, and this is why it can be found in Masonic temples. The goal of Freemasonry is to rebuild Solomon's temple. The third temple, when it is rebuilt, will become a temple to Lucifer. According to Jesus Christ, there are false Jews who are actually followers of Satan. Rev 2-9 I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Rev 3-9 Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Jesus called the Jews that rejected him, children of the devil. John 8:44 Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar, and the father of it. They prefer to follow the traditions of men rather than the word of God. Mark 7:9 And he said unto them, Full well ye reject the commandment of God, that ye may keep your own tradition. Mark 7:10 For Moses said, Honor thy father and thy mother, and, whoso curses father or mother, let him die the death. Mark 7:11 But ye say, If a man shall say to his father or mother, It is Corban, that is to say, a gift, by whatsoever thou might be profited by me, he shall be free. Mark 7:12 And ye suffer him no more to do aught for his father or his mother. March 7:13 Making the word of God of none effect through your tradition, which ye have delivered, and many such like things do ye. Talmudic Jews prefer to follow the Talmud, a written record of an oral tradition compiled in 200 AD, rather than the Torah. The hexagram has powerful Kabbalistic occult meaning, and in the 19th century the Zionist movement adopted the symbol. Not all Jews support the Zionist movement, and similarly not all Zionists are Jews. The Zionist movement is a broad-ranging political movement including many non-Jews as well as Talmudic Jews. It is this mix of very powerful people who are shaping the future of Israel, and the whole world. In William Guy Carr's book, Pawns in the Game, he outlined a vast Luciferian conspiracy to create a one-world government, and a one-world religion, with its final goal to worship Lucifer. He claimed that the Illuminati were formed simply as a cover for the promulgation of Luciferianism. In 1776 Adam Weishaupt organized the Illuminati to put the plot into execution. The word Illuminati is derived from Lucifer, and means holders of the light. Under the leadership of Weishaupt, the Illuminati were to organize, finance, direct and control all international organizations and groups by working their agents into executive positions at the top. After the death of Adam Weishaupt, the new leadership of the Illuminati and the Luciferian conspiracy was passed on to Albert Pike. Pike outlined the Illuminati plan to usher in a one-world totalitarian government and the one-world religion of Luciferianism. He required that communism, Nazism, political Zionism, and other international movements be organized to foment the 3 global wars and 3 major revolutions. 2 revolutions have passed: the French Revolution establishing atheism/secularism, and the Russian Revolution that established communism. The First World War passed, establishing the League of Nations and eventually the United Nations, and the Second World War has passed, establishing the State of Israel. World War III is to be fomented by using the differences the agents of the Illuminati stir up between political Zionists and the leaders of the Muslim world. On August 15, 1871, Pike told Mazzini that after World War III is ended, those who aspire to undisputed world domination will provoke the greatest social cataclysm the world has ever known. We shall unleash the nihilists and atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery and of the bloodiest turmoil. Then everywhere, the citizens, obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries, will exterminate those destroyers of civilization, and the multitude, disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will be from that moment without compass, direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer brought finally out in the public view. There is momentum now gathering to establish the interfaith movement involving the Vatican and also the New Age movement. It would not be surprising if the Luciferians chose the universally accepted symbol of the hexagram as his mark. If you find these videos to be educational, please like and subscribe. Have a great week. Thanks.